survival with you guys. If you're a man in America, you're probably about to be drafted. Now, what's that going to look like? Well, let me ask you a question. When's the last time you've actually thought about the draft? Have you even considered a possibility in your lifetime? Most Americans today treat it like some relic from the Vietnam era that just couldn't happen to them. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The draft never went away. Every male in the United States, 18 and above, has to sign up for the Selective Services or they could be imprisoned. Hard labor. And that system of the draft system exists for one reason. When the government bites off more than they can chew, and they inevitably will, they know they can always use this as cannon fodder to throw at the enemy. And if you've been paying attention to the news lately, shit isn't exactly getting calmer. You've got Russia and the Ukraine locked into a brutal war, tensions rising with China over Taiwan, instability spreading throughout the Middle East, and the NATO countries have been quietly preparing for conflict. Modern warfare tears through manpower like you would not believe. And by that I mean human life. Look at the Ukraine. Hundreds of thousands of troops have been mobilized on both sides. And I remember at the beginning of the war, when Russia first attacked, the Ukraine was even accepting 65-year-old recruits. That's desperation right there. But don't think we could never be put in that position. So if you're 40 and thinking, I ain't got to worry about it. Wrong. Since the 90s, they've actually raised the age of the draft to 45, you may be pleased to find out. Now, entire generations have been pulled into war. And if major conflicts involve the United States directly, something on the scale of World War III, the current volunteer military just wouldn't be enough. And that's where we come to the draft. Now, before I sound like a panic monger, let me be clear. I'm not saying they're going to announce the draft tomorrow. But history shows us something important. Every generation thinks, that would never happen to me. And every generation has their war. World War I had a draft. World War II had a draft. The Vietnam War had a draft. And every time it happened, people were shocked. So instead of pretending the possibility doesn't exist, it's probably smarter to ask a different question. What would you do if you got drafted? Are you physically and mentally capable of handling that kind of stress? Do you have even basic survival skills? If your country needed people, could you think clearly in a combat situation of pure chaos and hell? Could you operate in any situation that your country needed and survive? And keep your fellow men alive? Because whether it's war, economic collapse, or disaster, the people who do best are always the ones who prepared beforehand. Maybe the draft never comes back, but the world right now is teaching us something that our grandparents already knew. History can change fast, and when it does, you don't want to be caught completely unprepared. Now's the time. Practice survival skills, grow a freedom garden, exercise, train. It's not too late. Get off your ass because there are no participation trophies in war. They don't wait up for the weak guy, the fat guy, the slow guy. I wish you all the best, and may God bless us all.